Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joe Griffin. I'm the city manager for the City of Sebastian. I'm here with Michelle Morris, our chief of police. This is the next edition in a series of updates on the Hurricane Matthew issue. It is 8 p.m. on the 6th of October. And if any of y'all have been watching our updates, we try to do them every 4 to 6 hours as we get new information. This time we're sitting down and we are in my office here in City Hall. I want to update you on the latest information that I've received regarding the hurricane. It still is a 130-mile-an-hour hurricane. Currently abeam. We're very close to West End on Grand Bahama Island. It's just past Freeport on a northwest track at 13 miles an hour. If any of you had watched previous editions, I talked about millibars, I talked about the track, I talked about the quadrants, what is important to think about and how the track of the hurricane would affect us. On a northwesterly heading that the hurricane is on right now, think of that as if you looked at the longitudinal axis of a northwest southeast track and that northeast quadrant from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, that is the area of the worst winds. They drop off rapidly as the winds move to the left, as they do in a low pressure cyclonic motion, but the northeast quadrant is the most critical and the strongest. So it would follow that where we end up, the City of Sebastian, on that quadrant of that hurricane is extremely important. So we're watching that very closely. I don't have a good prediction for you. I've seen some predictions on TV which has a landfall down there, Port St. Lucie, and obviously that would put us in the northeast quadrant. I have seen other forecasts that have the storm offshore and we would be on the west side. So I really can't say for certain where this is going to go. I do know that we will probably have some power outages. That goes without saying. And I want to talk about that for a second. What we have done, for weeks actually, we've anticipated these storms and we have made agreements with Florida Power and Light and other utilities to use our airport as a staging area. I can tell you right now that Florida Power and Light has started their staging process at the Sebastian Municipal Airport. So, depending on the status of the storm, if you have a power outage, you call it in, or you use a computer, assuming you can uplink that somehow to get that fielded by Florida Power and Light. You will get some service from Florida Power and Light. Let me give you their phone number, if I might. It is 1-800-4-OUTAGE. 1-800-4-OUTAGE. So use that number, if you would, for Florida Power and Light. Waste management, that's been an issue here kind of all day, here Thursday, me doing my ride around, also the chief and her code enforcement and patrol officers. Folks have been setting out their waste management cans, and obviously they did not pick up today, being Thursday, or they are not going to pick up Friday if your normal service is Friday. Word from Waste Management is that curbside garbage and yard waste service will resume on the next scheduled collection day. What about recycles? Because our recycle day is Thursday. We will not get a recycle pickup until next Thursday. So with that, I'm going to pass things over to our Chief of Police, Michelle Morris.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. Hopefully by now everybody is bunkered down and staying where they're going to be for the remainder of the storm. It is important that you not be out on the streets, especially now. We are getting some of the bans, and early morning hours expect to have more high winds and rain. Just a reminder, emergency personnel, we have plenty of officers out there. They are out there to keep our community safe, but it is also important that we keep our employees safe. So there will be a time that we will not allow them to respond to any emergency, depending on the wind and the rain. Also, intersections. If you are out driving, and I hope you're not, you have no business being out. But if you happen to be out, we are already starting to get some street lights that are out and some signs that are coming down, as well as after the storm. We will probably have lights out, maybe even down, as well as stop signs missing. Remember to treat all intersections as a four-way stop. It is important that you remember that so we keep everyone safe. Couple of other things. Indian River Emergency Management. If you need information, you can get off of www.irces.com. You can also call their public hotline, which is 772-226-4000. The shelters have closed at 8 o'clock. So if you waited until now to go to a shelter, you need to stay put or find a safe place. You can always call 911 if there is an emergency. If this is not an emergency, please use our non-emergency line, which is 772-589-5233. We will assist you with any way we can. Power outages are going to start happening anytime now. I think everyone is starting to notice some flickering of the lights. So please make sure if you're using candles, regular conventional flame candles, do not put them near flammable items like curtains. Do not leave them unattended. Please be cautious because, as I stated, no matter what the emergency is, at certain points during the storm, fire, EMS, and police will not be able to respond. It's important that you stay safe and stay put. If you have questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. We will certainly do what we can to help you. Everyone, please stay safe and let's ride this storm out together, and hopefully all will be well. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I want to talk just for a brief second about how we have prepared for this event. In December 2013, when I became your city manager, one of the first things I asked for from the folks I work with, the management staff here at City Hall, I asked for someone to spearhead an effort to develop an emergency management plan, pardon me, just in case we do have a hurricane or other disaster in the area. Our building officials stepped up to the plate, grabbed it by the horns, and developed an emergency management plan for the City of Sebastian. For the past 3.5 days, we have been implementing this management plan. It's gone through a series of updates and revisions. It's a working document, living document, so it's going to have some changes from time to time. But we implemented this 3 to 3.5 days ago. And I think we've done a very good job. The city is prepared. We have locked down things. All public buildings are secure. We will be able to get through this in good shape, I think. One of the things that we are going to be looking at tomorrow morning when I have a management team meeting is the access to the roads and the damage that we have. I want our management staff to be out making assessments as soon as possible. And one of the things that we're going to have to do is clear the roads of any debris. So I would ask that once this storm passes, sometime tomorrow morning, midday tomorrow, whatever the timing is, please stay in place. Don't go out and sightsee. Let our public works folks get out there, start removing debris, moving it to the side, making room for our first responders. And certainly the police department will be out there trying to maneuver through the city. Please respect that and we will get through this in good stead. So I want to thank you very much. I appreciate your attention, and we will be checking back with you in the next couple hours. Have a good night.